everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're the Movie Couple. I'm Dustin.
I'm Wendy.
And this is going to be our non-spoiler review of Terminator Dark Fate.
Ba-dum-bum-ba-bum.
Terminator Dark Fate stars Mackenzie Davis, Linda Hamilton, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Natalia Reyes. A new Terminator and a new Protector are sent from the future. Their targets, the savior of humanity.
Terminator Dark Fate, directed by Tim Miller. Same guy who did Deadpool, the first one. This marks the fifth Terminator film in the franchise. We have Terminator 1 and 2.
1, 2, and 3, which is Rise of the Machines. Then there is Salvation
and Genesis.
Oh, Genesis,
Oh, so
and this is the sixth one.
This is the sixth one. Which one did I forget about? It's okay, we're not going to talk about that. We're here to talk about Terminator Dark Fate. Linda Hamilton is in this. Holy crap.
Good
she
addition.
Is back. So, like what Dustin was saying in the description, a new Terminator and a new Protector sent from the future to protect. There's a new savior. Mm-hmm. And that is a character played by Natalia Reyes, and her name is Danny. I wasn't really sure how I felt about this before I went in and watched it. I watched the trailer. I was like, okay, looks good. But they all kind of, like, look good. Like,
yeah, true. Anytime they bring out, like, a new Terminator
and then they have
trailer,
the music.
Or, like, a new... I mean, there's just some movies that are like that you can make a great trailer. Transformers. And you can never judge a movie by its trailer these days. So when I was watching the trailers, I was always kind of taking it with a grain of salt. Because I'm like, okay, this looks pretty cool, but, nothing I haven't really seen before. It's a very basic concept. Something, basic, but something that has been done.
It's the concept we've seen before, as in there have been 5 other Terminator films prior to this. But I don't know, something about this one where I was like, I think maybe it could be good. And I think for me, the most excited part, I was most excited to see Linda Hamilton back, reprising her role of Sarah Connor. I don't think anyone else can do Sarah Connor as well as she does Sarah Connor. Arnold's also back in this film, if you've seen the trailer. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, it's kind of a pseudo-reunion. We have Mackenzie Davis, who is in this, and she plays not a Terminator. She is like an
augmented human. Like
a super soldier almost, and from the future to protect Danny. So, action up the wazoo, right off the... Well, I guess not exactly right off the bat. But we get into a really big fight sequence pretty quickly, and it was amazing.
Yeah, you pretty much have the storyline set up, then you have the main character set up, and then it's all action from there. And I have to admit, there are some really good fight scenes in this movie. As a matter of fact, the very first fight scene that you see with Grace and the new Terminator, I have to admit, was really fun to watch. You're sitting there, it's just... When you're sitting there, you're cheering, you're kind of like, this is really cool and brutal. And it was just really enjoyable to watch.
And you kind of get why she is very, very strong. And 2, you're fighting against the Terminator and this new model, they're calling it the Rev 9. It's like T-1000 plus Arnold together. It's like, how... If such thing existed, an army couldn't destroy that Terminator. And that's kind of what makes it so cool to watch this movie, to watch our heroes, kind of like going plan after plan after plan to, try to fight and run from this Terminator that's trying to, kill Danny. So the story, like Dustin kind of mentioned earlier, it's nothing brand new. We've seen similar storylines before, like sent from the future, you gotta stop this from this XYZ from happening. So we've seen it before. I think, again, the most interesting and fun thing for me to watch was Linda Hamilton replacing her role as Sarah Connor.
She's definitely the biggest badass in this movie. Out of all of the Terminators, out of all of the other actors, she just is so much fun to watch.
The best lines too.
Had some of the greatest lines, and she just pulls off this grumpy old badass throughout the entire movie, to where even though she would, I guess, kind of fall into the category of like the weakest one in the group,
because she's human,
because she's like pure human, she's still pretty awesome and fun. And
I don't know if she count her as the... I respectfully disagree with that.
Danny.
I think she's got the experience, and she's also like not afraid to go after it, and I think that makes her not the weakest. I think that makes her the most dangerous.
True.
Out of the whole group, because she's human, and she's also been through some stuff. She's seen a lot of things. So I think for her, she kind of gets it. Where I think some of the newcomers are, well, obviously they're new, so they're kind of like, well, I think this is the way it's, So, we love the action.
Yep.
We love the return of Arnold and Linda. The new additions are great. We both have a little bit, the flaw of the movie, I felt like, was something they explained that we cannot explain in a non-spoiler review.
Yes, because it does kind of spoil the movie a little bit.
But something about the timeline that they mentioned, and they try to tie into the previous movies,
yeah.
It doesn't really, in the first scene of the movie where they show it is a
something that
flashback.
I figured out about the reason why I think they did it the way they did it was to kind of figure out a way to kind of how to shoehorn Arnold back in there. And I don't like the way they did it, and they kind of
you moved on from the timeline.
Oh no!
Already.
That's why, and it's that. I think it's that reason why they what they did what they did to the timeline in order to make it so. Oh, we can now have a T-1000 in this timeline.
But he's not a T-1000.
Yeah, Cyberdyne Systems Model 101.
Oh
no, he's a T-100.
Oh, okay.
My apologies. So that we can have a T-100. Yeah, the Cyberdyne Systems Model 101.
So, you might be correct in that, but that timeline little story they put at the beginning, I was like, this isn't... I didn't really think about it. I was a little confused by it. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
and then when you mentioned it after the movie, I was like, you got something there.
Because they don't really explain it. They don't really say, well, wait a second, if this happened... But then this changed. Why did this... It just kind of throws you for a loop. So when you start, don't think too hard about the timeline and cause and effect. Really just focus more on like the dialogue, the characters, and of course the awesome action. But I have to admit, what they do at the very beginning is rather impressive. It actually, since it is, I guess...
We don't know, and you'll have to see the movie to find out. And if you want us to do a spoiler review, and we'll put it up on our Patreon, just go ahead and thumbs up this video, or just put in the comments that you want to see a spoiler, and we will get to that for our patrons. So we like the action. Mm-hmm. We had a little bit of a flaw about where what they're trying to do with the timeline, how they explain certain things. Aside from that, what is your rating for this movie?
Well, I have to admit, it is a fun popcorn flick. So if this is your kind of movie, I'm definitely going to say check it out. If not, I'd say matinee it. So I think I'm going to go, I would definitely,
so you're saying
for me, myself,
see
it in theaters, check it out.
I was going to say my reaction, my rating for this movie is also a check it out. I think this specific movie, this like Terminator movie, should be seen in theaters. I think you should try to go and see it during, when it's crowded, because I think the crowd really get into it, especially they're hollering and hooting whenever, like, Glenn Hamilton's on screen. That's just, like, fun, and it kind of hypes up the movie even a little bit more for you. So I would say check it out. I would say out of the newer Terminator movies, so, like, say Terminator 3 is not new, but out of Terminator 3, 4, and 5... I would say this one tops all of them.
Yes,
so I would list it as like 1, 2, 6,
and then the rest.
I'm not ranking those three.
And it kind of, the way that the timeline plays out, it really does seem like what they were like, those other 3 movies that we did, just get rid of them. They never happened, they never existed. So it's really Terminator 1,
We're
Terminator 2.
We're not saying they retcon anything. They just...
Yeah.
This is his very own movie.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. Well, you guys, that's it for this non-spoiler review for Terminator Dark Fate. If you've seen it, let us know what you thought in the comment section below. But remember, this is a non-spoiler review, therefore non-spoiler comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.